One of the things that has most dramatically improved my overall fitness and how I feel has been the switch to wearing barefoot shoes. It goes back to being in the Navy. Again, I was in the Navy for 17 years. 5 years was active duty, and the other 12 years I was in the reserve. And it was always wearing these boots, these work boots with steel toes, and my feet always hurt. And so the name of the game was how good of an insole that I could find, and they would usually only be good for 6 months, and even still with that, my feet hurt all the time. And so when I started hearing a little bit about barefoot shoes from channels like the Bioneer, I was a little interested in that, and so I ended up finding this company on Amazon called Whitin, W-H-I-T-I-N, and I got a pair of their shoes and I liked them a little bit. The biggest hurdle I think to get over is you have to be okay with not having fashionable shoes. They have a wide toe box, they're not all narrow. I would have preferred wearing shoes like Vans. I still had a pair of Vans until very recently. I love the way those look. That would be my kind of go-to stylish shoe. I also still have a pair of rather expensive Red Wing boots, the old school, what are they called? Oh, they're the vintage looking leather work boots. And again, they're cool. I like to wear them every once in a while, but they make my feet sore. I probably need to get different insoles for them. But Whitin is this company. I've seen Vivo Barefoot, and there's other brands out there that do barefoot shoes, but they're usually like over $100. Whitin makes some you can get on Amazon for $30 or $40, and they last a good while. I've had one pair I've had two separate pairs, and they lasted me about 2 years. But here's how I actually saw the most dramatic improvement. For about 6 to 8 months, I was working at a restaurant and I was on my feet for long shifts. This was in the UK, and they don't have restrictions on how many hours a shift can be. So I worked some 12-hour shifts with only a half-hour break. And so I'm on my feet for 11 and a half hours. And this whole time I was wearing a pair of these Whitin barefoot shoes. And I can honestly say after 11 and a half hours of being on my feet, repeated days as well, my feet were the last thing to get sore. They would get sore because that's a ridiculous amount of time to spend on your feet, but it was not excruciating. I have another pair that I'm wearing right now that I go hiking in, and I would go hiking in the mountains, stepping on these granite paths, and have sharp, jagged rocks poking at the bottom of my feet. I can feel it, but my feet didn't get injured, and like an hour after the walk, my feet are back to normal. Even doing like a 5-hour hike. So I had kind of made the switch to barefoot shoes, and if you're not familiar with them, this isn't talking about the open-toed shoes where every toe is separate. That's kind of a more extreme version, but these are just shoes that have a wide toe box and a very shallow sole on them. Some people even wear them without any insoles. I haven't gotten in that camp yet, but I just ordered a new pair from Amazon. They came in this weekend, and I love them already. They're just, my feet have adapted to that now, and it's very, very comfortable. And there's a lot of good science into this. I'm not a scientist or anything, I'm not a doctor, but your heart is responsible for circulation. Well, second to your heart, the second most valuable organs for circulation are your feet. Your feet are what pumps blood back through your body to your heart. And the bigger the sole you have, the thicker the insole, the more cushion you have, you're basically preventing your feet from doing their job and continuing blood flow. This is part of the reason why foot massages are so desirable. They don't just feel good, they actually get circulation going in the lower half of your body. So I have enjoyed making the transition to barefoot shoes. I didn't find, and I don't know if this is because like I sometimes walk barefoot, but that's pretty rare. I don't think that would help. I didn't find a very painful transition. I just kind of wore them off and on, switching between probably my Vans and then my barefoot shoes. I didn't find there to be an extreme transition, and now I want to be on my feet more. My feet don't get sore. So I just want to share that with you. Of the things that have most drastically improved my health and fitness, I already shared stretching every day has been one of them, but this is another one. It has greatly improved my overall how I feel and how I function. Sorry for the cut. My camera did something funny. Had to start over. As far as I know, Witten doesn't have an affiliate marketing program, and I don't make anything off of this video for talking about them, but I am 100% down with the affordable shoes, and they've been a great product for me. Low cost entry level if you want to try out barefoot shoes, but you're not ready to shell out $180 on some Vivo barefoot. Go check out Witten on Amazon, Whitin, and get yourself some barefoot shoes, give your toes some stretching room, and have a wonderful day. God bless you.